Hello art friends, my name is Fleshwad and today I have a fan-made creepypasta about me, Fleshwad. This is the coolest thing ever. I cannot believe how much time you guys put into creating art and now stories for me, and I'm so thankful for all of you. So sit back, grab some popcorn or something, and here is Fleshwad's creepypasta, made by the Instagram user CoolM567. Make sure to give her a follow. Heads up, I have changed a few things such as sentence structure, but the main thing I changed was the name. So my real name is Alexia, and when she wrote the story she put Alex, but I'm going to change the name to May since I'm drawing May. So yeah. And when my name is shortened, I also like to go by Lexi for a future reference. But the story and everything is pretty much the same, so I hope you enjoy. Make sure to watch this video in the dark or with the lights off and your headphones on. Fleshwad. It was another normal day, and May was just trying to make it through. At school, she was picked on because her skin had these marks that looked as if the skin was jumbled together to form wads. For this, the kids at school would tease her and call her Fleshwad. May hated it. At home, it wasn't so good either. Her parents barely noticed she was there, and when they did, it was just to yell and scream at her, saying things like, if it wasn't for her, they could have so many things in life, and that they didn't care if she made it home alive or not. May was sitting in her room, staring at the ceiling and crying, pleading for the marks to go away so the kids would stop. She remembered how the teasing at school turned physical as soon as one student bumped her, and she fell to the ground. The other kids saw this as an opportunity to make May feel sorrow. As she stared at the ceiling, she began growing tired. May didn't want to sleep because she knew as soon as she did, she would have to wake up and suffer the next day again. However, May's tiredness got the best of her, and she soon fell asleep. She woke up in the middle of the night and looked out her window. Pure blackness was all she saw. And for some reason, she didn't feel anything. She was completely numb. May didn't feel tired or mad or even scared, just numb. As May thought about what terrible thing the kids at school were going to do to her in the morning, the numbness faded to hatred and anger. She clenched her teeth and wanted to say, "It's not fair," but no words left her mouth, and she found herself unable to move or speak. Darkness swept over her as she laid in her bed. The anger May felt soon turned to fear as she saw a dark figure appear at the foot of her bed. It whispered,
"It's not fair, is it? Kids at school torment you for something you're not in control of, and your parents hate you for no reason. You know what you should do? End them.
it screamed.
Kill them, stab them, and burn them.
The figure kept screaming the same words over and over again.
End them all. Spare no one. End them all. Spare no one. End them all. Spare no one."
This went on for what seemed like hours, until May woke up to the sound of her alarm clock. She was drenched in sweat. It must have been a dream, she reassured herself and got up to take a shower and get ready for another horrible day. May wore a pink sweater and a black skirt, and that day she decided to wear some plastic horns that she had but never really used. She went out the door to go to school and said goodbye to her parents who were eating breakfast. They rolled their eyes at her as she left. As May walked to school, she noticed it was a very dark day. It looked like it was going to rain. "Just my luck," she said as she continued to walk to school. May always walked the long way to school to avoid any other kids, so she always got there late. When May arrived at school, she was immediately noticed by a group of students hanging out by the lockers. "Hey, Fleshwad," the older of the group said. May kept walking to the classroom. "Don't ignore me. Who do you think you are?" May looked up, and she was face to face with a boy no older than her with dark brown hair and freckles. "You think you can just ignore me and get away with it? Guess I'll have to teach you a lesson." The boy with the freckles grabbed May by her hair and flung her to the ground. The boy, along with his friends, proceeded to kick her on the head and stomach. A few minutes passed before the boy and his friends got tired and walked away after saying, "See ya later, Fleshwad." May had tried to tell the teacher, but with no witnesses to back her up, the teacher shrugged it off as a fib. Hours passed and lunch came. As May walked through the halls to the cafeteria, she was stopped by a bunch of kids. One of the girls said, "Hey, where you going?" "To the cafeteria," May replied. "I don't think so," said an older girl as she pushed May to the ground. The kids behind her poured a bucket of what smelled like gasoline on her. The rest of the kids started kicking and hitting her, saying over and over again, "Fleshwad, Fleshwad, Fleshwad." May saw one of the girls light a match and toss it on her. She burst into flames and started screaming in agonizing pain. The kids continued to chant, "Fleshwad, Fleshwad, Fleshwad," as she burned. Once the fire started to spread, the kids pulled the fire alarm and fled the school. The last thing May saw was the kids laughing and running away. A news report played on the TV. There have been numerous murders within the past couple of weeks. Kids have been found dead, their bodies bruised, stabbed, and burned. And the parents of May were found dead in their home just after the mysterious fire that started at Lakewood School. May's body was found burnt so badly her skin was red, and the plastic horns she wore to school that day were melted to her skull. The only clue the police have linked to these murders are the killer's names smeared with all the victims' blood, Fleshwad. If anyone has any information to these murders, please contact the police immediately. And that is the end of the creepypasta titled Fleshwad. Once again, huge thank you to CoolM567 for writing this story for me. So cool! If you like the story and you like the art, make sure to click the like button. And if you aren't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe for more creepy vids. And don't forget to comment hi down below. Another huge thank you to my patron Onirofon for supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel and get your own shout out, visit my Patreon to find out how. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!